German physicist Werner Heisenberg once said, "The first gulp from the glass of natural sciences will make you an atheist, but at the bottom of the glass, God is waiting for you." There comes a moment in almost everyone's life when they ask a question they were once afraid to ask. Does God really exist? Or did humanity create God? Religion has united civilizations, and it has divided them. It has inspired extraordinary acts of compassion and justified unimaginable cruelty. So what is the truth? This audiobook isn't here to convert you. It isn't here to destroy your faith. Instead, it's an invitation to think. Because perhaps the greatest form of respect we can show both God and truth is the courage to question. Imagine being born somewhere else. If you had been born in Saudi Arabia, there's a good chance you'd be Muslim. If you were born in India, perhaps Hindu. In Italy, Christian. In Thailand, Buddhist. One accident of birth changes what many people call absolute truth. That should make us pause, because if eternal truth depends on geography, are we discovering truth or inheriting tradition? Most people never choose their religion. They simply inherit it. Faith often begins before reason. Long before science, humans looked at lightning, earthquakes, disease, death, and had no explanations. The unknown is terrifying. The human brain hates uncertainty. Psychologists call this pattern recognition. Our minds naturally search for meaning even where none exists. Religion became more than belief. It became comfort, order, community, hope. It answered questions science couldn't answer, at least at the time. Who created us? Why do we suffer? What happens after death? Religion gave humanity stories long before humanity had equations. Many people think science and God are enemies. History tells a more complicated story. Isaac Newton believed the universe reflected divine order. Einstein rejected the idea of a personal God, yet spoke of a profound cosmic mystery. Carl Sagan reminded us, we are a way for the cosmos to know itself. Science explains how. Religion often tries to explain why. The conflict begins only when either side claims absolute certainty, because certainty is often the enemy of curiosity. Neuroscientists have discovered something fascinating. During deep meditation, prayer, or mystical experiences, specific regions of the brain become highly active. Does this prove God is merely in the brain? Not necessarily. Think about vision. Your brain creates the experience of seeing. That doesn't mean the outside world doesn't exist. Likewise, the brain may simply be the instrument through which spiritual experience is perceived. Science can study the experience. Whether the source is divine remains a philosophical question. Religion has built hospitals, founded universities, inspired art, music, architecture, and acts of incredible sacrifice. But religion has also fueled wars, persecution, fanaticism, and hatred. The problem may not be religion itself. The problem begins when belief becomes identity, when questioning becomes forbidden, when compassion becomes less important than certainty. Any ideology, religious or political, becomes dangerous when it fears questions. Faith is not the absence of questions. Blind belief is. Real faith survives doubt, because doubt forces understanding. The philosopher Søren Kierkegaard described faith as a leap, not because evidence is absent, but because certainty is impossible. Ironically, many of history's greatest believers asked the hardest questions. Perhaps questioning God is not disrespect. Perhaps refusing to think is. Many people ask, if there is no God, why should anyone be good? But another question is equally important. If the only reason you're good is fear of punishment, are you truly good? Compassion, empathy, love, and kindness exist beyond reward. A child helps another child, not because of theology, but because suffering is recognizable. Religion can strengthen morality, but morality may also arise from something deeply human. The universe is nearly 14 billion years old. Trillions of galaxies, billions of stars, countless worlds. Science has answered extraordinary questions, yet the biggest mysteries remain. Why is there something rather than nothing? Why do the laws of physics exist? Why does consciousness exist at all? These questions remain open, and perhaps they always will. The unknown isn't weakness. The unknown is the beginning of wisdom. Maybe God isn't waiting inside a building, or inside a ritual, or inside an argument. Maybe God is found in wonder, in compassion, in honesty, in the courage to admit, I don't know. Religion may point toward truth. Science may illuminate another part of it. Philosophy may ask better questions, but none of them own truth completely, because truth is larger than any book, any institution, any individual. As Socrates once said, the only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. Perhaps the journey toward God doesn't begin with certainty. It begins with humility. Whether you're a believer, an atheist, an agnostic, or simply someone searching for answers, never stop asking questions, because the opposite of faith isn't doubt. The opposite of faith may simply be indifference. Thank you for listening, and remember, the search for truth is one of the most sacred journeys a human being can take.